Hi there, Davey Cretin for Cretin Classics with another album review. And today I am reviewing the 17th studio album by Megadeth. It's a self-titled album, and I love the cover. Between the white and the gray and the yellow-orange flames, Megadeth's 17th and perhaps final studio album. And if you look closely, I do have the Target edition, thanks to my sister Mandy for buying it, with the bonus track called Bloodlust. Here's the CD. You get the reflection, of course. So I do have an actual physical copy of it. Now, because my review was a little later than most people's, sorry about that. Allegedly, the last Megadeth studio album, according to Dave Mustaine. He's got arthritis, he's got some health issues, he's been doing it for, 45 years. It's a long career, especially in the thrash, heavy metal, hard rock industry. The record came out January 23rd of 2026, was recorded during 2024 and 2025. It's on Black to Black through Frontiers, that's the record label, produced by Dave Mustaine and Chris Rakestraw, who co-wrote a couple of the songs. It is their first CD since September of 2022, and that was The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. That was the name of their previous album, their 16th album. Now, this album, it's a little confusing because it has 10 proper tracks. Then there are a few bonus tracks, which I'll get to at the end. The lineup of the band here, Dave Mustaine, guitars, lead vocals. He does leads, he does rhythms. He's been with the band since the beginning, going back to 1983 when he first left Megadeth. We'll put it that way. James Lomenzo on bass and backing vocals. He played with White Lion many years ago, also with Pride and Glory, Zakk Wylde's old band. He was the bass player on that too. He was been with Megadeth from 2006 to 2010, then back in 2021 to the present. Drummer, who, this is a really good drummer. He's a great drummer. Some of his fills on this record are phenomenal. Dirk, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, Verburen, drums and percussion. He's been there for about a decade, since 2016. And the latest member of Megadeth on lead guitar. And Dave Mustaine sure knows how to find lead guitarists. There have been some great ones through Megadeth's 40-plus year history. Probably my favorite, of course, Marty Friedman from the 90s. An amazing guitar player. And I know I'll pronounce his first name correctly. The last name, forgive me, Teemu Montasari. Guitars and backing vocals. He's been there since 2023. 4 singles from this record. Tipping Point, the first one, October 3rd, 2025. I Don't Care, the second single, November 14th, right before my birthday, 2025. I have a video reviewing those 2 singles. I'll try to link it below or have the wife help me later after I post this. So I have a review of those 2 singles, tracks 1 and 2. So I will start with track 3. And track 3 on the album's Hey God. That's where I'll be starting. But I also want to add third single, Let There Be Shred, December 19th, 2025, also before the record came out. And the 4th single, Puppet Parade, January 19th, 2026, right before the record came out, 4 days before the record came out. Now, to do some really fast chart action, it hit number 1 in a lot of countries. In Australia, the Austrian charts, the Wallonia charts in Belgium, the French rock and metal chart, German rock and metal chart, Japanese rock chart. In Poland, it hit number 1. Nice. The Swedish hard rock chart in Switzerland, the UK rock and metal chart, and the US Billboard Top 200, mind you. Megadeth, number 1 in all those countries. So kudos to Dave and the boys. Because this is, if this is their last album, which most likely it will be, it's a corker of a record, as they would say in England, where it hit number 1 on the rock and metal chart. So let's get down to business of the songs. Like I said, I'm skipping my original notes on tracks 1 and 2. I'm going to start with track 3, song called Hey God, and it has a question mark and an exclamation mark. This one is written by Dave and Timu. My notes say it's an old school metal rhythm guitar riff. Then there's some shimmering lead guitar over it. You get some tumbling drum fills. Nice ride cymbal work from Dirk on this song. Timu has the first solo. It's very fast paced. And then Dave's solo comes in second and slows down a little compared to Timu's solo, but then it picks up speed towards the end. This is a catchy song, and to me it's reminiscent from something maybe from the Euthanasia era in the early 90s. I think it came out in 92 if memory serves. Track 4, this was the third single, as I mentioned, Let There Be Shred. Hey God was 3.5 minutes. This is just a hair under 4 minutes, Let There Be Shred. This is written by Dave, Timu, and Dirk on the drums. This is a thrashing, bashing tune with Dave on rhythm and Timu on lead. You get a frenetic first solo from Timu. And like I said, Dave knows how to pick them. I have in my notes again. Love the chorus on the song. I think it's a really catchy, really good chorus. Timu's second solo is melodic and frenzied all at once. So it's memorable, but it still catches your ear. Then Dave's solo kicks in at the 2.5 minute mark as the tempo slightly slows down. So I like that there's a tempo change, which I didn't really notice. I thought it was just fast-paced and crazed throughout the song, but making notes and listening in earbuds to the song, there's that tempo slowdown, which is nice. At 3 minutes and 1 second, the speed chugs back for the third verse and the third chorus, and I love the crazy ending, and Dirk has a great fill at the end. Excellent tune. So Let There Be Shred, to me, is up there with Tipping Point, which I also really enjoyed. Moving on to track 5, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, written by Dave, Timu, Dirk, and the aforementioned Chris Rakestraw, the co-producer. The fourth single. This song reminds me of the Countdown to Extinction period. Actually, no, I'm thinking about it now. Countdown to Extinction was 92. And to correct myself, Euthanasia was 94. I don't have it in my notes, but I'm just remembering it from working in the the CD stores for years. And then, of course, the first album with Marty Friedman from 1990. So it's 90, 92, 94. Yes. Okay, so Puppet Parade reminds me of Countdown to Extinction from 92. Cool opening riff from Dave in this song, and you get Timu soloing over that riff, and then the lyrics kick in. Dave is speaking the verses, and he's singing the choruses here, which is something he's done since the inception of Megadeth, basically. Sort of does the Lou Reed. He'll speak a little, he'll sing a little, but that's his own style. On verse number 2, we get a yeah, right, which takes me, of course, back to 80s Megadeth, so that's a cool little thing that he threw in there. Dave has the first solo, which I think is very tasty, and then Timu takes the second solo, which is slightly more subdued. So they flipped it around a little, which is nice. And Timu has a second solo that's longer and fancier than his first solo. So Puppet Parade, another good song. Track 6, Another Bad Day, 3.5 minutes, written by Dave and Timu. I wrote down mid-tempo, melodic, dark, hard rocker. And the protagonist of the song is complaining about his life and how things go from bad to worse, hence the title, Another Bad Day. Timu's his first solo has some unexpected twists and turns, which I enjoyed. More cool ride cymbal work from Dirk in this song. I like that I always catch his ride cymbal work. It's nice. The song ends as it began, and you get on the outro some Mint China playing from Dirk on this song. So Another Bad Day is another good song. Not as good as Puppet Parade and Let There Be Shred, but still a good song. Moving on to my next page of notes. Track 7, Made to Kill, 4-minute song written by Dave, Timu, James, and Dirk. So all 4 band members wrote this song. It's called Made to Kill. Oddly enough, lyrically, this song hits the zeitgeist right now because as I'm recording this, America is at war, or maybe we're not at war, with another country. I like Dirk's drum intro on this song, and then the whole band kicks in after his brief intro. Dave takes the first solo here before the vocals come in. At 1:14, the song goes into double time, and it kicks in with a blazing Timu solo here. After another verse, Timu has an even better solo. Then it kicks back into double time briefly, switches tempos, and you get a nasty Dave solo. Good solo there, Dave. Decent song. I like the guitar solos, but perhaps it's my least favorite song so far. Just musically, it just didn't hit me like the previous bunch of songs did. Track 8, Obey the Call, 4 minutes, 20 seconds, written by Dave, Timu, Dirk, and co-producer Chris Rakestraw. You get a mid-tempo, groove-laden rocker. Once again, Dave is speaking the verses and sort of singing the chorus on Obey the Call. Timu's first solo is very tasty before the chorus kicks back in. The tempo picks up drastically, and Timu wails his second solo on this song. And Dave solos, the third solo is Dave Mustaine's, and he's got some nice I wrote some nice note choices here. Timu then takes the reins until the frantic ending as Dave bellows out, "Obey the Call." Like this better than the previous song. Maybe not as much as the earlier songs I brought up. Track 9, I Am War, written by Dave, Timu, and James Lomenzo. Once again, inadvertently, Dave touches the zeitgeist and hits a hot button issue with a song called I Am War. To me, this recalls their 90s glory days musically. Timu takes a nifty solo 3/4 of the way through that's catchy and it's brief. So the song is under 4 minutes. There's only one guitar solo. It's good. Maybe not to the heights of the earlier songs. Track 10, the last song on the proper album, let's put it that way for now, is called The Last Note. 5.5 minutes, written by Dave and Timu. Faster tempo, it's more upbeat than the last few songs. Really good pre-chorus on this song. Like the pre-chorus, very catchy. An even catchier chorus. And the song, lyrically, to me, is about Dave's career winding down in the music business, or at least as the guitar player, vocalist, main man behind Megadeth, because after a long tour that's going to be a couple of years long, going to circle the globe once or twice, what have you, Megadeth, he's supposed to put it to bed. That's what this song is about to me. I love the unexpected acoustic guitar solo that Dave plays from the 2-minute 42-second mark to the 3-minute 12 mark. Totally unexpected. That caught me by surprise and catches your ear. An acoustic guitar solo in a Megadeth song? Then Timu has an electric guitar solo that just flies. Another highlight of the song. The last minute, from about 4.5 minutes to the ending 5.5 minute mark, is maybe it's Dave and Timu together. They're playing, someone's playing acoustic guitar, and Dave is speaking the final verse. I think this is a stellar way to end the album proper. And to me, out of the last 4 songs, this is the best one from track 7 to 10. It's a really good way to end the album. The last note is really good. To me, it's on par with Puppet Parade, Let There Be Shred, and even Tipping Point. Now we'll move on to the bonus cuts really fast here. Track 11, it's an unusual one. It's on all the CD pressings. He's calling it a bonus track. 6 minutes and 11 seconds long. You know what it is? Ride the Lightning. It's a song he helped co-write with Metallica. Now, if you look at Metallica's album credits, on the Metallica record, it's credited to Hetfield, Ulrich, Burton, Mustaine. Here, on the Megadeth CD, in the booklet, it actually says Mustaine, Hetfield, Ulrich, Burton. So the credits are different. Now, I can understand why Dave Mustaine did this. He wants to claim rights to a song that he helped co-write 42 years ago. It's a long time ago. But was this really necessary? I think it takes away a little from the impact of the last song, which is called The Last Note, which would have been the better way to end the album. It's a good version of the song, but was it necessary? We're all used to Metallica's version from the last 42 years. Moving on to Bloodlust, which is a Target bonus cut, and it is on my CD. I don't know if you could see that. Track 12, Bloodlust. Now, I remember liking the guitars in this song, even though it was melodic. It had good melody lines, good guitar work, and good guitar solos. But I haven't played the CD in my car for a while. It's been in the apartment. I don't have a CD player inside here. And when I went to listen to it on streaming to make notes about it, it's been scrubbed from YouTube. It said, copyright Orchard, this cannot play in your country. So for some reason, Bloodlust is unavailable to listen to on YouTube. And when the album came out, I did hear it on YouTube. Now, a couple of months later, scrubbed from YouTube. Also a song, and Bloodlust is 3 minutes, 47 seconds long. Now, it's odd because the writing credits in the CD booklet say Dave and Timu wrote the song. But on Wikipedia, they give credit to Mary Evelyn Clement. Now, John Clement, who I'm guessing is her husband, brother, he gets credit for writing, I think it was Tipping Point. Yes, he's a co-writing credit on Tipping Point. So why does Wikipedia say that this woman, Mary Evelyn Clement, co-wrote the song, but it doesn't say it in the CD book? Very interesting. Nobody's Hero, 3 minutes, 43 seconds, written by Mustaine and co-producer Chris Rakestraw. It's on the expanded digital edition as a bonus track. This was on YouTube at one point, but if you play it, you get either white noise or nothing. So this also has been scrubbed from YouTube. Then on the Japanese CD, there is a bonus track, The Last Note, that song I'm raving about that I really enjoyed because it's different from everything else on the record. There's an instrumental version on the Japanese CD. It's not available on streaming, and you can't hear it on YouTube either. So take away the vocals, and I'm sure you could focus more on the music, which I said was really good. Now, in rating this record, I'm going to have to take off some points because tracks 7 through 9, they're good, but they're not great. They're decent. Then I want to take off a little bit for the cover of Ride the Lightning. Why are you covering yourself? You're claiming back the song, I understand. But overall, as I said in my other Megadeth video when I reviewed the first 2 tracks, Tipping Point and I Don't Care, I've been away from Megadeth for about 20 years. I may have heard a record or two, a CD or two at the CD store over the years, but nothing ever struck me. Now, I know Dystopia is supposed to be really good, and then Super Collider is not well liked amongst a lot of fans. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to a lot of the second half of Megadeth's career, but I know up through about 2001. United Abominations, I think that was the last album that I remember hearing. So I wasn't sure how to rate this, but I think I'm going to go with an 8.25. It's not quite 8.5, but it's a little more than 8. So I'm giving it an 8.25. My favorite songs being Tipping Point, The Last Note, Puppet Parade, and Let There Be Shred is a really good thrashing number. Probably the fastest song on the record. So, 8.25 for Megadeth. If you're a metal fan and you haven't heard it, check it out. Let me know below what you think of the new record. Mostly, I mean, it got average to mixed reviews, but I'm sure the metal press enjoyed it more than what I could see on Wikipedia as to the reviews, because a lot of fans I thought were raving about this record when it came out. I haven't watched any reviews on YouTube. Pete Pardo did it on Sea of Tranquility. He did a review, Get Well Soon. Martin Popoff did a review on the Contrarians channel. My friends did it on Underlord's Universe. I haven't watched any of these videos. So now I have at least half a dozen videos. Oh, my friend Peter Kerr, Rock Daydream Nation. He just did a show on it last week with Joe B from Chicago, from the Midwest. They did a show on it. I haven't seen any of these shows. Now that I've finally done my own video, I could watch everyone else and get their reactions to it. So maybe in the press it wasn't the best reviewed, but from what I saw online, the chatter was that everyone was looking forward to it and that it's really good. And I think it's a very good album, and it's a fine way to end your career. It's not terrible. I'm not giving it a 2 out of 10. 8.25 out of 10 is my score. So I'm Davey Cretin for Cretin Classics. Remember to always rock out, prog on, and pogo. Before I go, let me know what you think of Megadeth's final, allegedly final, last studio album, self-titled, below in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. And I will see you in my next video, which will be with some guests on Blue Oyster Cult. Yes, sirree, Bob. Take care, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.